Carterville Lions are on the air. NewsRadio WJPF is proud once again to be your home for Carterville Lion athletics all season long. This broadcast is brought to you in part by the SIU Credit Union, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, Montgomery's Place, Central Hospital for Animals, First Southern Bank. Also helping to make this broadcast possible, Riggin Palach and Burke Funeral Home, John A. Logan College, Rise Performance, Banterra Bank, Shawnee Health, the City of Carterville. Also supporting this broadcast, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, Steve and Rich's Barber Styling, Malone's Early Learning Center, Polar Whip, and the Bank of Heron. It's time for the Carterville Lions on NewsRadio WJPF.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Vandalia, Illinois. It's Dave McKenzie playing solo this afternoon, getting you set for matinee-style basketball here at Vandalia as your Carterville Lions preparing to take on the Vandals from Vandalia High School. Glad to have you with us here on this rainy Saturday evening. It's really foggy up here as we were making the trip up for about an hour and 45 minutes. Once you got up north of Mount Vernon is really when you ran into the fog coming north. I know it's rain back toward the south. This is a matchup tonight where your Carterville Lions have won 5 games in a row, going for their 6th in a row, and coming off that win last night at Massac County in river-to-river conference play, 53-35. The Vandals, they are 12-16 on the season, and they lost last night to Greenville High School at 52-43. They are 3-4 in their conference play, as are your Carterville Lions on the Ohio side of the river-to-river conference. This is a matchup in which the Vandals, they average about 57 points a ball game. They give up about 56 a game. Now, your Carterville Lions on the other side, they have been scoring at about a 50-point clip per ball game. We know that if they get to 50, that there's a pretty good chance that they are going to win that game. And here of late, their defensive outstanding. On the season, they've been allowing only 44 points per ball game. And as we said, they come in, they are 15-12, riding that 5-game winning streak. Carterville is only, after today's game, only 2 games left. Going to be home on Tuesday night as the Pinckneyville Panthers will come to town. That is a makeup game from the games that were snowed out back in January for our snow that we had. And then they're going to finish up the regular season coming up Friday night when they travel to Murfreesboro to take on the Red Devils. As we talk about Vandalia, after tonight, they only have 2 games left. They'll be taking on Hillsboro High School, and then they'll wrap up their season on Thursday night when they take on Pana High School. So both teams are out on the floor right now going through their pregame warm-ups. The JV team for Carterville, nice win here this afternoon, and the game just wrapped up 49-25. The 24-point win for your JV Lions here this afternoon at Vandalia. This is your Bank of Heron pregame show. We're going to go on and take a break, and when we come back, you're going to hear from the head coach of the Carterville Lions. That's Coach Shane Hawkins. And, of course, before we get into that, Coach, his wife, Karen Hawkins, is from Vandalia. Her dad was a teacher here at Vandalia High School, I think Shane said, for about 35 years. And this is hometown for Mrs. Coach Shane Hawkins. Karen, here at Vandalia High School. We'll be back and hear from the head coach when we come back in 60 seconds on News Radio WJPF.
At the Bank of Heron, we know that between family and work, it can be a challenge to find the time to take care of things like going to the bank. And really, what you need is a way to do your banking on the go. Well, we've got good news. With the Bank of Heron mobile banking app, you can manage debit cards, find bank locations, monitor account activity, even make a deposit. Just a few of the ways our mobile banking app can save you a trip to the bank. We'd love for you to come and see us, but now you don't have to. The Bank of Heron, it's not just a bank, it's mobile banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Montgomery's Place in Carterville is your place for taking a quick lunch break, a craft dinner experience with a relaxing atmosphere, or a Saturday brunch spot. It's Montgomery's Place. Their menu offers full breakfast options and hot and cold espresso drinks. Ask about their weekly dinner specials Thursday through Saturday. Their full bar and signature cocktails makes Montgomery's Place the perfect place for your next private party or event. Proud to be a longtime Carterville Lions booster. Montgomery's Place on South Division Street.
Coach Shane Hawkins joins us on our pregame show. It's a matinee game this afternoon here on the road at Vandalia. Thanks for letting the lovely bride schedule our games for us tonight, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. You get your longest road trip to the south last night and your longest road trip to the north the next day. But, we're winding down fast, and we should have some momentum coming off last night, coming off the last 5. So this will be a challenge for us. Long drive, you're playing someone you're not real familiar with. They play really fast. They have kind of changed the way they were since the BIT, and they're playing really, really fast. And we're going to have to be able to get them slowed down in transition. And we'll play fast. That's not a problem. But they play at breakneck speed, and we got to be able to control it a little bit better than that.
They are. I think they have 12 wins on the season, I think. But your Lions, again, another impressive win last night on the road at Massac in a tough environment to play. These last 5 games, their defense has been outstanding, shooting the ball a little bit better. We talked about it in the postgame last night, but you want to be playing your best basketball as you're heading toward the postseason, and it appears that's kind of where we're at right now.
Right. This is no doubt the best 5-game stretch we've had in the season, and we held them to 12 points last night in the second half, and now a little bit as we got patient there in the fourth quarter and held the ball a little bit longer than we had a little bit longer possessions, but and part of that was because they can score fast. But I thought we did a tremendous job of making them work. I think when I went back, Turner had 1 field goal in each quarter. Garnett had 1 field goal, and Harmon had 1 field goal and 2 free throws. So if you can hold their top 3 guys down, and Garnett's not a great scorer, but he is athletic enough to get to the rim and cause some problems. I thought we did a really good job on him and made him settle for jumpers.
John and I, when we were driving home last night, we were talking about the play of Alex Kimbrough and the job he did defensively last night. He was outstanding.
He did a very good job on Harmon, and this made him – he's so strong and has an understanding, and he's strong enough that he can ride you out and fight through the screen and still be there on catch. And then he's got a really low center of gravity. He gets low and wide when he guards the dribble, and so it's hard to get around him. Plus, he's got that forearm on you, and he is strong and physical, and that's what we kind of envisioned all year long. And not that this was the first night he's done it, but that's how he helps us. He can just go shut down their best players, and then I thought he did a really good job last night on the offensive glass. And I thought we all did, but I thought it was noticeable he was in there, and he was able, again, it comes back to strength, and he knows how to carve out a space and go chase rebounds. And yeah, I thought he's one of those guys you're going to look at the box score and say, hey, he was there, but when you watch the game, he had a huge part in what we did last night.
Something I don't know that we've talked a whole lot about this year is the ability of this squad to get on the boards. They do a really good job. Colton, probably the leading rebounder of the team. It just seems like he's always coming up, and he had a couple of huge rebounds last night. But Parker is tough on the board. You talk about Alex. It seems like these guys know how to get to the glass. Yeah, and it's part of having a knack for the ball and kind of knowing who's going to shoot it and when they're going to shoot it and what's the probability of where it's going to go. And then offensively, it's just go. We just want you flying to the glass, and we talk about we need to have. I would prefer closer to 12, but 10. If we can get 10 to 12 offensive rebounds a game, and we kind of made it a big emphasis after the first 8 or 10 or 12 games when we shot it so poorly. And it's like we had to find ways to get extra cracks at it. We had to find ways to get extra shots, and that was one of the ways that we could do it. So I didn't think we really made a conscious effort of going
to the offensive glass. It was like the shot went up, and if you were in the paint, you kind of fought for it a little bit, and if not, you kind of hung out. And it seems like we had a lot of guys playing in no man's land. They weren't getting back on defense, but they weren't going to the offensive glass. And we watched a little bit of film on it and talked about it. And hey, let's have confidence in our guys that they're going to make shots, but let's play percentage too. As we're shooting really poorly, let's go crash the offensive glass and see if we can't get some extra cracks at it. And I think that's one of the things we've been a little bit more efficient at offensively. It's allowed us to score at a little bit higher clip because we're going to get extra rebounds, and we're able to keep possessions alive for us.
And one of the things that they're really good about is if they're not in the right position, being able to tip it out top, and hopefully you're going to have somebody there that can pick it up.
Have somebody back anyway, and you know we've saved a lot of possessions this year where we had rebounds that bounced up in the air, and maybe you can't go get it with two hands, but you're finding a way to keep the ball alive. And you know, that's you can't do that if you're standing at the arc watching. And so we've got guys that are going in there, and whether we get it and can go score it right away, or we can get it and get it kicked out, or we get it where we have to tap it out and then chase it down and go play that way. Whatever we can do to get extra possessions is a lot of times the difference in whether you're going to win or lose a game.
Well, good luck today. Let's get the win. Go home.
All right, thank you.
There you go. You hear from Coach Shane Hawkins on our pregame report talking about this Vandals team that they've kind of changed their MO as they've progressed through the season, especially, as he said, following the BIT. And when you look at this Vandals team, if I can get to the right page here on my laptop, this is a team that in their last 5 games, they are 3-2 and 3-3, but they can put up some points. They put up 82 against Gillespie, 65 against Carlinville, 91 against Litchfield. Now, there's only one common opponent between the Carterville Lions and the Vandals of Vandalia, and that is Hamilton County. And Hamco beat Vandalia 63-58. They do have a win over Cesar-Valier in overtime as well. Those are the only 2 teams from the region that the Vandals have played here in 2024-25. Both teams are back out on the floor. We're going to go on and take another break here on our Bank of Heron pregame show. We'll be back here in 60 seconds on News Radio WJPF.
Central Hospital for Animals in Marion, Heron, Carbondale, and Harrisburg has been taking care of your furry family members for over 40 years. Sure, they do wellness visits and routine vaccinations, but you might not know about everything they offer, like orthopedic surgery for pets with hip or knee injuries, and laser therapy to reduce inflammation, pain, or promote wound healing. Noticing that your pet stopped jumping? Maybe they've just slowed down in general. Central Hospital for Animals offers chiropractic services too. Online at centralvet.net.
I was reminded again that Southern Illinois is something special when I met team members at Ventura Bank. They have taken the time to get to know me and support my goals. I learned what a true partner they are to their customers and communities. Best of all, they offer a Saluki Visa debit card that supports SIU scholarships and athletics. I can access 55,000 ATMs with no fees, plus have convenient banking with their mobile app. That was an easy win for me. Ventura Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Vandalia High School. Dave McKenzie with you. We are going to go on and take our final break as we are getting set for the tip-off and the starting lineups when we return here for Carterville Lion basketball on News Radio WJPF.
Don't let the name fool you.
Anthem.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, represents more than just electricians. The IBEW is made up of Southern Illinois linemen, tree trimmers, telephone workers, utility workers, city employees, factory workers, construction workers, and many more. So when you support the IBEW, you're really supporting Southern Illinois. Help make Southern Illinois a brighter place. Put your trust in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
Riggin, Palach, and Burke Funeral Home is a family-owned and operated, full-service funeral home, serving Southern Illinois since 1930. They provide dignified, caring, and individualized services to their client families. The funeral home you choose is not just the business down the street, but the caring staff that counsels you in one of the most difficult times in your life. From the time of the first phone call, your family is their #1 priority. When you need them, Riggin, Palach, and Burke Funeral Home in Carterville is there. SIU Credit Union now offers interest with their free checking with e-statements accounts. Sign up for free checking and start earning a dividend on balances over $1,000. Open with just $25, and there's no monthly fees when you sign up for e-statements. Get access to over 85,000 free ATMs nationwide and free online banking and valuable SIUCU rewards. To start earning, apply online at SIUCU.org. Membership required, insured by NCUA.
Rise Performance in downtown Carterville is one of Southern Illinois' best fitness facilities, offering something for the whole family. Members enjoy 24/7 access with 9,000 square feet of equipment. They offer group classes, women's only classes, youth strength and conditioning, personal training,
Bring her back.
medicine, and massage therapy. Looking for a great variety of cardio equipment? Look no further than Rise Performance. They even have a separate room for free weights. Rise Performance on Division Street, Carterville.
Welcome back to Vandalia High School. Dave McKenzie with you here on this Saturday afternoon as we are getting you set for the Carterville Lions and the Vandalia Vandals here this afternoon. Starting lineups are going to be announced. There's going to be one change in the lineup tonight as Alex Kimbrough is not available for today's game. He's here, but he is not dressed this evening. We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later as we're getting the starters now for Coach Shane Hawkins and the Carterville Lions. And it is going to go as the following. Caden Wilson, the 5'10 junior, wears number 11. Logan Engel getting the start here, the 5'11 senior who wears number 13. Number 21, the 6'4 junior Colton Hawkins, averaging 12 a game, the leading scorer for the Lions. Parker Poole, who's been outstanding the last 3 games for the Carterville Lions. The 6'4 senior wears number 23. And finally, it's going to be the 5'9 sophomore Maddox Gully, the starter for Coach Shane Hawkins. As we shut the lights off here, a unique view here from Vandalia High School. We are on one of the end lines here. So if you're going to watch online, that is going to be the view. You can go to YouTube. That is going to be the view that you see on our YouTube channel. Picking up the starters as we talk here. So Coach Joe Vanzo and the Vandals of Vandalia are going to go with the following starting lineup. The 5'7 senior, number 1, Joe Satchin. Also, the 5'10 sophomore, number 3, Quentin Stombaugh. The 6' sophomore, number 5, Andrew Casey. The 6'4 senior, number 13, Wade Brannon. And the 6'5 sophomore, number 14, Lucas Bowers. Satchin, Stombaugh, Casey, Brannon, Bowers, the starters for Coach Joe Vanzo. Not a bad crowd here at Vandalia for a Saturday afternoon. Kind of a dreary day outside, as we mentioned on the drive up. Pretty foggy making the drive up here. As we were mentioning moments ago, Alex Kimbrough not available for the Lions today. As a matter of fact, he's in street clothes on the bench. He tweaked a knee last night at Massac County, and just going to give him some rest and let him kind of heal up here this afternoon. So it's Logan Engel that gets the start. The tip is won by the Vandals to start things off as Wade Bannon gets the opening tip. Here come the Vandals. They are moving right to left on your radio dial. As you listen here, they're in their home whites with the red numbers and the white stripes down the side of the uniform. Turnaround jumper off the mark from Wade Bannon. And it's Colton Hawkins that gets the rebound for the Lions. Maddox Gully with it, top of the key, works to the right hand with a right-hand dribble out toward that far hash. Brings it back up top to Caden Wilson from the elbow. His jumper off the iron, no good. Rebound Poole right back to Wilson, and he misses again from the elbow. And the rebound is by the Vandals. Down low, trying to get to the rim. Pass almost tipped out of bounds, and it's saved right to the Vandals here near corner, the three, and air ball, and Parker Poole grabs at that shot put up from Quentin Staubach. No score here, a minute in. Right wing, the three, too strong from Logan Engel. Out of bounds, last touch by the Carterville Lions. Correction, last touch by the Vandals. So it's going to be Maddox Gully that triggers in. Got it to Hawkins. Hawkins, 12-footer, no good. And the rebound is grabbed by Quentin Stambaugh for the Vandals. Threw it out, got behind the defense. The shot no good from Casey. And Hawkins gets another rebound here at Vandalia. To the glass, off the glass, and good for Colton Hawkins. He gets things, started for the Carterville Lions. So it's going to be length of the floor to go for the Vandals. And bringing the ball across the timeline is Isaac Sachin. Sachin up top has Gully on him defensively. Dishes it off to Brannon. Brannon hands it off. Now it's out on the right wing to Casey. Andrew Casey at the free throw line. Pumps it up toward the top of the key. Driving in, dishing it off now. Here's Stambaugh, feeds the post down low. Lucas Bowers had the ball stripped out of his hands. Bowers, who stands 6'5", it was Caden Wilson that come slashing in and took the ball out of his hand. It's going to stay with the Vandals here on the near baseline. They get it in over on the right wing. Stambaugh feeds the post, and a bucket from Wade Bannon. Bannon ties it up. 2-2 here with 6 minutes remaining in the opening quarter on the road at Vandalia. Hawkins leans in, no good. Rebound grabbed by Wade Bannon for the Vandals. Here they come. They like to run up tempo. Sachin, top of the key to Stambaugh, back to Sachin. Sachin out on the left wing, dribbles out with the right hand. On Gully, dishes it here to the near side. That is Stambaugh. Stambaugh skip pass right side, back to Brannon, Wade Brannon. Throws it to the top of the key. So in the offensive set are the Vandals. They feed it down low. Nice job by Parker Poole to come in from behind and knock the ball out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Vandals here. Baseline left. 5:23 remaining, a 2-2 ball game. They lob it in. They get it to Brannon. Free throw line jumper is good for Wade Brannon. All four of the points for Vandals from Wade Brannon. They have a 2-point lead. They're up 4-2 with 5:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Maddox Gully, top of the key. Left-hand pass to Wilson. Wilson to the right side. Head fake from Hawkins into the paint. Finds Poole. 15-footer from Parker off the back of the iron. And here come the Vandals on the run. Outlet pass to Stambaugh. Pulls up on the block. Whips it to the right wing. Brannon launches the three. No good. And Colton Hawkins gets another rebound. His outlet pass to Gully. Got behind the defense on the block. Off the glass and good for Maddox Gully. Great possession there for the Lions. Ties it up 4-4. Holding it here on the near side. It's Sachin. Sachin drives in. Ball kicked out of bounds off the foot of Colton Hawkins. In a 4-4 ball game, 4:26 remaining. Really neat gym here at Vandalia. Vandals have it. It's Stambaugh. Stambaugh up toward the logo at midcourt. Lobs it back to Sachin. Sachin yet the dribble. Holds. Gully on him. Sachin still holding. Now dribbles with the right hand. Bounce pass to Brannon. Kicks it to the right wing. Right back to Brannon off the glass. The runner's good from Wade Brannon. Brannon, the 6'4 senior, has all 6 for the Vandals. Parker Poole, top of the key. Hands it to Gully. Gully into the paint, lost the ball, got it right back, finds Wilson. Caden to Parker Poole to the rim. The runner with the right hand is good for Parker Poole. Parker has been outstanding, especially the last 2 games, double digits, both over Massac County and Harrisburg this week. Mid-range jumper, no good from Bowers. Ball out of bounds. It's going to be Carterville Lions basketball. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702. IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Colton Hawkins right here in front of us. We're on the baseline here. Unique view for a ball game that we don't typically get. Hawkins has it. He's between the circles. Now Jaden Wilson, who just checked into the game, takes control of the point. He has it with the left-hand dribble. Looks for the cutter. Finds Caden Wilson. Jumper, no good from 3. Brannon, the rebound for the Vandals. Outlet pass as they get it to Sachin. Sachin pulls up the dribble, trying to feed the post. Good defense there by the Lions. Finally does. Ball's on the floor, and it's going to be Logan Engel that tracks it down for the Lions. The turnover by the Vandals gives it to the Lions. It was tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Carterville. .246 remaining here in the first quarter at Vandalia. 3 from Hawkins is good. Colton pops it from the right wing. He's got 5. Lions lead it 9-6 here on the near side, top of the key. Stombaugh to the right wing. Brannon launches the 3. Little too strong. Logan Engel gets the rebound for Carterville. Outlet pass intended for Jaden Wilson. And it was Isaac Sachin that got a hand on it. Tips it out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Lions. 9-6 our score here. And Colton Hawkins over to Engel. He's wide open. Puts up the 3, and Logan, who averages 2.8 a game, has the 3-point bucket. Lions up 12-6, doubled up the Vandals so far. Mid-range in the paint, no good. Hawkins the rebound. Carterville's on the run. They have numbers, 5-on-4. Right wing, Caden Wilson, bang for the Lions. Timeout on the floor is called by Coach Joe Vanzel. And the Lions have jumped out 15-6 here with 1:54 remaining in this first quarter. What a start for the Carterville Lions as they lead it. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson and the city of Carterville, wanting to remind you of the Carterville 311 smartphone app. The Carterville 311 app, it's a free download you can get at the Apple app or the Google Play Store. And with that 311 app, you can receive push notifications from the city. If you can report problems, including photos and your GPS location so they know exactly where you're at. You also have the ability to call and email departments or elected officials. It's a cool app. You need to get it. It's free. It's at the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. It is the Carterville 311 smartphone app. The Mayor, Brad Robinson, and the city of Carterville saying, let's go Lions. 15-6 is our score here on the road at Vandalia this afternoon. Dave McKenzie with you. John had some other assignments he needed to take care of today. Of course, it's a big day in Southern Illinois, the wrestling sectionals that are taking place there at Carterville High School. There's games all over the place, high school games, and so a busy day sports-wise as the Lions had to make the trip here to Vandalia. About hour and 45-minute long trip north here to Vandalia. Coming out of the timeout, it's the Vandals basketball. Pass stolen. Turnover number 2 on the Vandals. Logan Engel, his shot partially blocked. I think that was Whitehead that blocked it. The turnover gives it back to the Vandals. 3, right wing is good for Andrew Casey. Casey has 3. And the Lions are up now 15-9 with 1:20 remaining here in the first quarter. Jaden Wilson out to Colton Hawkins. And Parker Poole saves it for the Lions. Now there's Wilson, another open jumper, no good. Coming in, last touch, ball out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Vandals. Lucas Bowers comes back on the floor for the Vandals. And now Brady Elder checking in for Coach Joe Vanzo. 69 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Carterville leads it 15-9. It's Vandals basketball. Isaac Satchin across midcourt. Has Jaden Wilson on him. Got the screen. Kicks it back up top. That's Brandon. Hands it off. Coming through down the runner with the right hand. And the dunk, putback dunk from Lucas Bowers. Gets a big slam on the miss. Straight away, Hawkins, his three, no good. And here's Lucas Bowers with the rebound. Satchin into the front court. Boy, what a dunk that was. And the ball out of bounds, last touched by Lucas Bowers. Turnover number 3 now on the Vandals. 31 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. The Lions are up 15-11 with 23 seconds remaining. Colton Hawkins usually takes over in these situations as we're winding down the clock as he holds the ball just across midcourt. Carterville moving left to right on your radio dial in the road blue uniforms. Skip pass to Wilson. Now it's Caden Wilson puts up the three, buries it for the Lions. His second three-pointer, 3 seconds to the runner with the right hand at the buzzer. No good. And Carterville caught a break there, and Shane Hawkins is saying you cannot let them get down the floor that quick. 18-11 is our score here at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on News Radio WJPF.
John A. Logan College is proud to support area high schools in the classroom and on the playing field. John A. Logan offers high school students the opportunity to earn college credit. Your path, you'll know why everyone says, why would you go anywhere else? Good luck this season and visit jalc.edu.
Bank with people who know and love Southern Illinois. First Southern Bank is a community bank that cares for and gives back to the communities we serve. Locally owned, local people, local decisions, and locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
Welcome back to Vandalia High School. Dave McKenzie with you as we head to the second quarter. Lions lead it 18-11, and the turnover gives it back to the Vandals the other way. The shot, and out of bounds, last touch by the Carterville Lions. It's going to belong to the Vandals right here in front of us. Brady Elder triggers in. Elder, who wears number 10, bounce pass, tipped around, comes right back to him. And the ball out of bounds. Dave still has hands, whips it back in there to the officials. It's going to stay with the Vandals here on the baseline left. As Elder looks, gets it into the corner. Now they whip it up top. That's Satchin with it. Now getting the touch of Stombaugh. Stombaugh, the left-hand drive, dishes it off to Bowers. Bowers holds and then throws it back between the circles. Just underway here in the second quarter, 35 seconds gone. Lions have the 7-point lead. Driving in, right-hand floater was an air ball, and that was shot from Satchin. Was snagged out of the air by Colton Hawkins. Slow stroll by Colton across midcourt. Crosses over, leaves it for Caden Wilson. Now it's Zach Snow, who just checked into the game, and Zach hits the three from the corner right. Zach averaging about 4.2 a ball game. Has that three-corner. He loves that shot. Feed into the post, turned over. Turnover number 4 on the Vandals. Caden Wilson. Skip pass right side. Back to Snow. Launches the three. Bang for back-to-back trays from Zach Snow. And all of a sudden, the Lions are up 24-11. A timeout here from Vandalia with 6:40 remaining. It's a 60-second timeout here on News Radio WJPF.
Cold weather has arrived, and yeah, it's going to get colder, and your heating system just quit. Last week, your car needed repairs. Life doesn't always go as planned. At Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in Carterville, they understand. That's why at Charlie's, they won't sell you something you don't need. They diagnose the problem and tell you exactly what's needed. No gimmicks, whether it's a fix or a whole new unit. And as your local York dealer, you can trust Charlie's for top quality York products. Call or visit charliesairandheat.com. Your local York dealer, committed to keeping you comfortable no matter what the temperature is.
As a parent, you want the best care for your family, and at Shawnee Health, we provide just that. I'm Dr. Kai Fansuri from Shawnee Health's Carterville location. Our team, including Dr. Mathine Nexen and nurse practitioners Amanda Reynolds and Teresa Johnson, offer comprehensive care for every member of your family, from newborns to grandparents. Whether it's checkups, managing conditions, or sports physicals, our Carterville team is here to keep your family healthy. Call to schedule an appointment or visit ShawneeHealth.com. Go Lions!
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Stephen Rich's Barber Styling on South Division Street there in Carterville for men, women, and children, offering cuts, styling, and perming. And walk-ins are welcome. That's Stephen Rich's Barber Styling. The ball out of bounds, turns it over. They couldn't get it in, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions after the turnover by the Vandals. And it's down on the far end from our location here at Vandalia High School. They get it into the pool, on the block, off the glass, no good. And the rebound is pulled down by Wade Brannon for Vandalia. Here comes Sachin across the timeline. Bumps into the defender, Jaden Wilson. Makes some space, now dribbles over, top of the key, brings it here to the near side. Head fake from Stombaugh, back up top. It comes to Casey. Casey back to Stombaugh with the right-hand dribble between the circles, right side. Sachin, look at the shot, trying to feed the post. Now he has to bring it here to the left wing. Block shot from Colton Hawkins. Outlet pass for the Lions. Snow takes it into the front court. Turnover number 6 on Vandalia. Hawkins for 3, off the mark, no good. And it is Lucas Bowers that gets the rebound. And Hawkins steals the ball, falls out of bounds. Almost another outstanding play from Hawkins. But it's going to stay with Vandalia. Colton all over the place here in this ball game. He's just a great defender. John and Holman and I had a great talk driving home last night from Massac County, and we just talked about some of the little things that this team does. And that is one of the conversations was about the defensive play from Colton Hawkins. His anticipation of the basketball, gets into the passing lanes, has quick hands. 3 straight away, no good from the Vandals. And Jaden Wilson gets the rebound as Hawkins gets tied up in the backcourt with Brannon. Ball out of bounds, last touch by the Vandals. But Colton Hawkins is everywhere, everywhere. Coming out of the game is going to be Parker Poole getting a breather. Jaden Wilson also heading to the bench. On the floor now, Amarion Adams and Maddox Gully's back into the game. Maddox has it, finds Wilson. Caden's three-pointer, air ball. Amarion's there, cleans it up for the Lions. Marion in the scorebook, 26-11 Lions, 5:20 remaining. Here's Sachin into the paint, down low, feeds it to Bowers. Bowers off the glass and good. 4 in the game now for Lucas Bowers, makes it 26-13, 5 minutes remaining. Hawkins off the glass, throws it up and it falls. He was off balance, fell to the floor, but the bucket counts. 7 from Colton. 28-13, under 5 to play until halftime. Coming up, we'll have our City of Carterville halftime report. We'll go through and update scores from around the region. 3 from the corner, no good. Ball out of bounds here on the baseline. It's going to stay with the Carterville Lions. Colton Hawkins right in front of us. Triggers in to Maddox Gully. So with 4:40 remaining here in the second quarter, Lions led it 18-11 at the end of 1. Caden Hawkins comes out and takes it from Hawkins. Right back to Colton. Head fake into the paint, throws it up off the glass and good. He's so good at the off-balance shot. That's 2 of them in a row that he's been falling away and was able to get him to go. Length of the floor, driving in, and a reach-in foul called on Carterville. And we'll see who it's going to be on. It's going to be on Caden Wilson. And believe it or not, that is the first foul of the game on either team. And we're in the second period here, 4:15 remaining. Very clean played game. Lions have been looking good. They're up 30-13, 4-11 against the Vandals. Runner with the right hand, no good. Sachin couldn't finish. He thought he got fouled. No call. Carterville comes away with it, though. Here's Hawkins. Takes the walk across midcourt, across the timeline. Top of the key, crosses up into the paint, feeds Adams. Adams, the left-hand hook, good. Amarion Adams, 4 in the game for the junior, who stands 6'6". Good defense, and the runner no good from Brannon. Ball's on the floor, and Carterville comes away with it. That's Wilson that grabbed it. Here comes Colton. Drives in, got free, down the lane, the runner, the bucket, and the foul. Oh, and the bucket, no foul for Colton Hawkins. He's got 3 layups in a row. And Carterville has blown this lead up. They are up 21 here, 34-13. Still 3.5 remaining in the second quarter. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds on News Radio WJPF. Should be back. Okay. I'm here.
Gotcha.
I'm hearing music. Back at Vandalia High School, it's Dave McKenzie with you. 3:26. Apparently we had some technical issues there. We're back, though. The Lions have blown this lead up. It's 34-13 Carterville. The 21-point lead. 3:15 remaining here in this second quarter. With the basketball up top is Carter Robbins, who just came into the game. Brannon feeds Sachin, the runner with the right hand. That's the first field goal for Isaac Sachin of the Vandals. Sachin, I think, may be the right way to say that name. Makes it 34-15. Carterville turns it over, but then the Vandals turned it right over, and Amarion Adams gets an easy bucket. 6 in the game since he came in about 2 minutes ago. And another turnover. This one's on Gully. He takes it the other way. The ball stripped out. It's going to stay with Carterville. Sachin had turned it over, and Maddox Gully took it the length of the floor. So 36-15, 2:37 remaining. Gully lobs it in to Colton Hawkins. He tries to get to the baseline. Kicks it to Engel. His 3, no good, and the rebound is grabbed by Andrew Casey. Casey turns it over, and Hawkins is there to clean it up for the Lions. 13 by Colton Hawkins. He's been outstanding here in this first half. Brannon forcing his way in, gets hammered. And Brannon going to the line. Colton picks up his first foul. That's only the second personal foul called here in this first half of basketball. Both of them have been here in the second, and both on the Lions. At the line, Wade Brannon shoots the free throw. Brannon with 6 first quarter points, has his first point here in the second quarter. Wade Brannon, 6'4" senior. Where's number 13, the right-hander? Second free throw is good. 8 in the game now for Brannon. Back to a 21-point lead for the Lions, up 38-17. Maddox Gully across the top of the key with a left-hand dribble. Now finds Caden Wilson, right side. Hawkins feeds the post down low to Poole. Back to Colton, head fake to the block. Ball on the floor, tied up. And the possession arrow is going to give it to the Vandals. So a turnover number 4 on Carterville. And it's going to be Sacken that brings it across midcourt himself. Drives it in, leaves it for Casey. Andrew with the right-hand dribble to Brannon. Wade Brannon trying to get to the free throw lane. Throws it out, and a 3 is good from Isaac Sacken. Sacken with 5 points here in the second quarter. 18-point lead, Lions up 38-20. Minute 20 remaining. Ball out of bounds, last touched by the Vandals. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Polar Whip. Come taste the legend in energy, a Southern Illinois tradition featuring the car hops where you can call ahead, place the order, 988-9210. And then when you arrive, they'll bring it right out to your vehicle. That's at the Polar Whip in energy. Missed shot from the left wing by Maddox Gully. He tips the pass out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Vandals. This Lions broadcast is also brought to you by Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville. They offer programs for infant to school-age children as well as pre-K and Head Start. It's the best care anywhere. That's Malone's Early Learning Center. Zach Snow comes into the game for Colton Hawkins. Colton, a well-deserved breather as he grabs a water bottle. With a minute 10 remaining, Lions are up 18, 38-20, and the Vandals turn it over on a bad pass here in the paint. As Parker Poole takes control of it. Gets it to Gully. Maddox now across midcourt. Bounce pass to Caden Wilson. Wilson just right in the circle, looks inside, finds Poole who comes up high. Feed down low to Engel. Nice ball movement by the Lions with 45 seconds remaining. Zach Snow has it. Now it's Engel. Head fake 3 from the left wing. Back out to Gully. Gully to Caden Wilson now. He stands between the circles, and Parker Poole makes an appearance out to the high post. Snow, right wing. Engel, open 3, good for Logan Engel. His second three-pointer, one in the first, one in the second. Lions are up 21. It's 41-20 here on the road at Vandalia. Sacken between the circles on the logo. Has Gully on him defensively. 10 seconds remaining here until halftime. Coming up, our City of Carterville halftime report. 3, left wing, no good. Put back with the right hand, no good by the Vandals. With time at the buzzer, the shot no good. And that ends the second quarter, and the Lions are in control here on the road at Vandalia as they lead it 41-20. They led it 18-11 at the end of the first. They lead it 41-20 here in Vandalia. Stay with us. It's our City of Carterville halftime report. It's coming up in 60 seconds on News Radio WJPF.
The Bank of Heron has been serving Southern Illinois since 1937.
Yeah, Dave, I'm not really sure what happened there. You just kind of pieced out.
That's all right.
With convenient locations and a dedicated professional staff, our outreach and involvement in the communities we serve plays an integral role in how we do business, proving it's not just a bank, it's a relationship. The Bank of Heron. Find out more at bankofheron.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
John A. Logan College is proud to support area high schools in the classroom and on the playing field. John A. Logan offers high school students the opportunity to earn college credit while in high school. Students can get a jump start on their college careers while saving money. After high school, students can easily transition to one of the college's career and technical education programs or a traditional baccalaureate transfer program. No matter your path, you'll know why everyone says, why would you go anywhere else? Good luck this season and visit jalc.edu.
Back here at Vandalia, it's Dave McKenzie. Here on this Saturday evening halftime here from Vandalia High School, and the Lions in control. A solid first half performance put together, and they lead it 41-20 here at the half. Lions were up 18-11 at the end of the first quarter. They score to extend here in the second half, and it was basically turnovers by the Vandals. The Vandals only had 3 first quarter turnovers, but in that second quarter, they turned it over 7 times. Carterville was able to take advantage of that. thanks in large part to the play from Colton Hawkins, as he wound up with 8 points in that second quarter, and 3 of those buckets came back to back to back, as he was able to drive the length of the floor and get some buckets down in the paint. When you look at the scoring, the 20 points scored by the Vandals, they are led by the 8 points from Wade Brannon. 6 of his 8 came in that first quarter for the Vandals. 5 points from Isaac Sackton there, all of his points in that second quarter. 3 from Andrew Casey, and then 4 from Lucas Bowers. Just 4 players into the scorebook for Coach Joe Vanzo and the Vandalia Vandals, as they have 20 first half points. Here for the Lions, led by the 13 points from Colton Hawkins. As we mentioned, 8 of those 13 coming in that second quarter. Also, how about Amarion Adams coming in there off the bench? He had 6 second quarter points for the Lions, 6 points for Caden Wilson, both of his on 3-pointers in the first quarter. Logan Engel has a 3-pointer in the first, a 3-pointer in the second. He's setting on 6 points. And then Zach Snow had a pair of trays from the right side of the floor for the Lions. He's setting on 6 points. Parker Poole was chipped in 2, and Maddox Gully with a field goal as well. 41 first half points scored by the Carterville Lions here on the road at Vandalia. We're going to go on and take another break here on our City of Carterville halftime report. Just again, a reminder that City of Carterville 311 smartphone app is available at the Apple app or the Google Play Store, where you can receive push notifications from the city. You can report problems, including photos and GPS locations of where your problems are occurring. You can also get a hold of, and by call or by email, to department or elected officials. It's the City of Carterville and their Carterville 311 app. And the City of Carterville and the Mayor Brad Robinson say, let's go Lions. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on News Radio WJPF.
As a parent, you want the best care for your family, and at Shawnee Health, we provide just that. I'm Dr. Kai Fansuri from Shawnee Health's Carterville location. Our team, including Dr. Matheen Nexed and nurse practitioners Amanda Reynolds and Teresa Johnson, offer comprehensive care for every member of your family, from newborns to grandparents. Whether it's checkups, managing conditions, or sports physicals, our Carterville team is here to keep your family healthy. Call to schedule an appointment or visit ShawneeHealth.com. Go Lions!
At the Bank of Heron, we know the recipe for success begins with the right ingredients. So we've taken services like mobile banking and teen debit accounts, added in helpful employees and a full trust department, and topped it off with a commitment of service to our communities. Put it all together, and it's clear why the Bank of Heron is a leader in the communities we serve. Community strong, the Bank of Heron, it's not just a
Carterville.
bank, it's a relationship. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Vandalia High School. It's Dave McKenzie with you here at the half. 41-20 is our score. Let's go through and update some scores and news from around the Southern Illinois region. First off, we want to say congratulations to Kyrese Lukens. Heron today, and Kyrese, the senior, broke and set the all-new scoring record for Heron High School as he passed up Mr. Gene Turney. This is a record that had held for 65 years. This was set back in 1960 by Mr. Turney, and that was 1,707 points. And today, Kyrese Lukens finished with breaking that record as he is setting on 1,709 points to become the all-time leading scorer in Heron Tiger basketball history. And you got to know there's been some outstanding athletes that played basketball at Heron. And now Kyrese Lukens, who we've watched play as a freshman all the way through his senior year, is now the all-time point scorer for the Heron Tigers. Congratulations to Kai Lukens. Also, some news this afternoon. Heron Athletics. This was on River Radio Sports Central. Darren posted this about 17 minutes ago. The 3A girls basketball regional games that were scheduled for Tuesday, coming up the 18th, have now been moved up to being played Monday night. The start time will stay the same, 6 and 7:30. And that's because, of course, today dealing with the rain and flooding rains to the south there down toward the Ohio River. But we're expecting snow, a little bit of snow tonight, but more significant snow coming in on Tuesday. So they have moved the 3A girls basketball regionals, be moving up to Monday. Also, let's look at some other scores from around the region. We'll start first with some schools involving the Black Diamond, as it was Goreville over Eastland today, 55-41. It was Hamilton County beating NCOE 30-47. One final from Cahokia Conference schools this afternoon, 60-43. Rolla beats Columbia this afternoon, 60-43. Gateway Metro schools, no scores being reported here this afternoon. One final involving GEC schools, as Hamco, as we mentioned, beats NCOE 40-37. South 7 at the half. It's Meridian leading Centralia 31-28. Wow, Meridian taking on Centralia and leading it here at half, 31-28. Other river-to-river conference games that teams that are playing this afternoon. It was Heron getting beat today at home in that game in which Kyrie Slukins became the all-time leading scorer. Mascoutah beats Heron this afternoon, 68-59. Coming up later tonight, it's going to be Benton taking on Williamsville, and right here at halftime, it is Carterville that leads Vandalia 41-20. We'll go on and take our final break here on the City of Carterville halftime report. Back in 60 seconds here on News Radio WJPF.
At the Bank of Heron, we know that between family and work, it can be a challenge to find the time to take care of things like going to the bank. And really what you need is a way to do your banking on the go. Well, we've got good news. With the Bank of Heron mobile banking app, you can manage debit cards, find bank locations, monitor account activity, even make a deposit. Just a few of the ways our mobile banking app can save you a trip to the bank. We love for you to come and see us, but now you don't have to. The Bank of Heron, it's not just a bank, it's mobile banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Riggin, Palach, and Burke Funeral Home is a family-owned and operated, full-service funeral home, serving Southern Illinois since 1930. They provide dignified, caring, and individualized
Dave, you know, last night John talked about if they should let the seatings be decided a little later.
Down the street,
we found out this morning that Trico
Welcome back to Vandalia High School. Dave McKenzie flying solo here this afternoon. John Homan back at Carterville doing some coverage down there. Sectional wrestling taking place at Carterville High School. And Logan basketball this afternoon, so a lot going on. And he was needed elsewhere. So we start play here in the third quarter. Nice easy bucket for Parker Poole to get things going. And the Lions are up 43-20. Carterville moving right to left now on the dials. The Vandals missed their first shot of the half, and it was Parker Poole that got the board for the Lions. Here comes Hawkins, leaves it for Caden Wilson. He dishes it to Logan Engel. Also on the floor, Maddox Gully. Jumper from Poole, ooh, no good. And the ball tipped around. Vandals come away with it. That's Andrew Casey that gets the board, but they turn it over. Hawkins steals it to Caden Wilson off the glass. Can't hit it. Winds up with Gully. They reset. Logan Engel, the runner with the right hand, bounces off the rim twice, comes to Poole. Right side, Gully has it. Third opportunity. That time Maddox Gully finishes the drive. The Lions have scored 2 field goals here to start play in the first minute of this third quarter. They kick it out right side. Vandals 3, no good, and Colton Hawkins gets the rebound for Carterville, and a foul is going to be called on Wade Brannon, and believe it or not, that is the first foul on Vandalia here this afternoon, and it comes at the 6:40 mark of the third quarter. Carterville's ball right there in front of us. It's out of bounds, last touched by the home team Vandals. 45-20, Lions up 25. 6:30 remaining here in the third. They trigger into Parker Poole. Now he gets to Hawkins. Colton hands it off to Gully from the elbow. Maddox's jumper is good. 6 for Maddox Gully. He's got his average of the season. He averages 4.6. He's setting on 6 points. Lions are up 47-20. Crossing over. Brannon dishes to the corner right. Sacken trying to get to the block. Dishes off now to Bowers. Bowers, his pass picked off. Hawkins is fouled. And that may be on Brannon, or is it going to be on Casey? It's going to be on Wade Brannon. And he's picked up 2 here in the last 60 seconds. So the Lions have it right in front of us. Caden Wilson finds Parker Poole. He can't finish, and the ball out of bounds. Last touched by Carterville. Turnover number 5 here this afternoon by the Lions. 47-20 with 6 minutes remaining in this third quarter. It's Isaac Sacken with Gully on him defensively. Crosses over, takes it to the right side to the hash. Now he reverses, bounces it out to Brannon. Brannon throws it up top to Casey. Casey with Logan Engel on him, spins, puts it up on, he gets fouled, and that's going to count. And it's going to be Andrew Casey going to the line for the and one. Colton just picked up his second foul of the day. It's the first team foul here in the half, as Andrew Casey, who has 5 points, has the and one and gets it to go. 47-23, 24-point lead for Carterville. Maddox Gully now to Caden Wilson, to Hawkins. Colton looks inside, spins, fade away, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Andrew Casey. Outlet pass picked off. Maddox Gully steals it. He brings it into the front court, bumps off the defender, got fouled, and the foul is going to be on Isaac Sacken. So Maddox Gully been outstanding here. 6 points for Maddox. The sophomore stands 5'9". Free throw is good. This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by the IBEW Local 702, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members, a better life for all, as Maddox cans both free throws, giving him 8 in the game, 49-23. 5:16 remaining. And Maddox is going to get a breather. Gets a hand clap from all the Lions on the bench. Quickly into the front court, it's Casey. Goes to the low block, reverses it out. Stombaugh, his pass almost picked off, but controlled by Sacken. Now to Stombaugh, and his pass picked off again. The other way, Colton Hawkins. 15 in the game for Colton. And Brannon, the runner, and Hawkins, I think Colton may have just picked up his 3rd foul. He came in from behind, and Colton now setting with 3 personal fouls. 2 of the 3 coming here in the third, as Wade Brannon, who is the leading scorer for the Vandals with 8 points. Brannon, the senior, his free throw rims out this Lions broadcast. It is brought to you by Polar Whip in Energy. Come taste the legend. Polar Whip in Energy is a Southern Illinois tradition featuring car hops. Call ahead. You can place your order at 988-9210. And when you arrive, the car hops will bring it out to your vehicle. That's it. The Polar Whip in Energy. As Brannon hits the second free throw, giving him 9 in the game. Jaden Wilson checks into the game on the floor with his brother Caden Wilson. Parker Poole, Zach Snow, and Colton Hawkins stays on the floor with those 3 fouls. He puts up a 3, straight away, no good, and the rebound is grabbed by the Vandals. It's Andrew Casey, dishes it off to Sacken. Sacken, the 5'7" senior. They have it over on the left wing. Casey needs some help, skips it, Pass winds up with Sacken, and the runner is good for Sacken. He's got 7. And with 4:15 remaining, it's 51-26 Lions. Jaden Wilson just hands the ball to Colton Hawkins. Number 21 with the right hand dribble to the right wing. Bounce pass to Caden Wilson. Baseline drive. Finds Poole cutting down the lane. Off the glass, too strong. And Parker Poole saves it, but it winds up with the Vandals. The turnover, and Parker truthfully was out of bounds, but the Vandals turn it over the other way. There's Zach Snow that gets the bucket and the foul for the Lions. 8 in the game for Zach Snow with the and one coming. And I didn't hear who the foul was on for the Vandals. And they don't post that on their scoreboard that I can see here. So with 3:51 remaining, we're going to get a timeout on the floor here with the Lions up 53-26. Timeout on the floor. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout here on News Radio WJPF.
As a parent, you want the best care for your family, and at Shawnee Health, we provide just that. I'm Dr. Kai Fansuri from Shawnee Health's Carterville location. Our team, including Dr. Matheen Nexed and nurse practitioners Amanda Reynolds and Teresa Johnson, offer comprehensive care for every member of your family, from newborns to grandparents. Whether it's checkups, managing conditions, or sports physicals, our Carterville team is here to keep your family healthy. Call to schedule an appointment or visit ShawneeHealth.com. Go Lions!
53.
Montgomery's Place in Carterville is your place for taking a quick lunch break, a craft dinner experience with a relaxing atmosphere, or a Saturday brunch spot. It's Montgomery's Place. Their menu offers full breakfast options and hot and cold espresso drinks. Ask about their weekly dinner specials Thursday through Saturday. Their full bar and signature cocktails makes Montgomery's Place the perfect place for your next private party or event. Proud to be a longtime Carterville Lions booster. Montgomery's Place on South Division Street.
Zach Snow hits the and one free throw. 9 in the game for Zach. The Lions are up 54-26 coming out of the timeout. Out on the left wing is Brady Elder. Brings it up top to Casey. Casey reverses it back to Sacken. Second baseline jumper from about 15, no good. Amarion Adams tips it to Jaden Wilson. Here come the Lions. 3:30 remaining here in the third quarter at Vandalia this afternoon. The Lions riding a 5-game winning streak, trying to pick up their 6th in a row. Kicks it out to Caden Wilson. 3, no good. Adams couldn't get the rebound. The Vandals do, but they throw it right away. And that is turnover number 6 on the Vandals here in the first 4.5 minutes of this third quarter. Coach Joe Vanzo with his arms out, yelling at his players. He may be having a conversation with the official, questioning who touched that last. Here comes Jaden to Hawkins, dishes it off to Caden Wilson. Caden brings it across the free throw line. Now Colton touches it here, left corner. He drives in, got to the baseline, jumps in the air, finds Jaden Wilson. In step 3, good for Jaden Wilson from the corner. His first field goal, a three-pointer. The Lions are up 57-26. Vandals with the ball. Coach Shane Hawkins can get to his bench as Harper Lustenberger is getting ready to come in. The shot no good from the Vandals. Carterville gets another rebound. So Coach can get into his bench here this afternoon. And it's Carterville's ball. Colton Hawkins feeds Snow. Now it's Amarion Adams. Amarion, the hook with the right hand, no good. And it's Vandals that get the rebound. Sacking across the timeline. And the ball out of bounds. Here comes the substitutions into the game for Carterville. With 2 minutes remaining here in the third period, Lions are up 31-26. It's 57-26. So Marion Adams picks up a pushing foul. That's going to be the first on Marion. Vandals have it. 3 hit from the right wing from Andrew Casey. Casey with 9 points in the game, 1:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Harper feeds it to Johnny Miller, the runner with the right hand, no good. The rebound is grabbed by Ian Whitehead. And Whitehead Jonathan Miller picks up the foul. 90 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 57-29. 29-point lead for Carterville. Sacken got free. The runner with the right hand rolls off the front of the iron. No good for the Vandals. And it was Harper Lustenberger that gets the rebound. Here comes Jaden Wilson, crosses over, dishes it off. Harper to Miller, back to Adams. His jumper a little wild off the glass, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Ian Whitehead for Vandalia with 50 seconds. Sacken, skip pass down low to Brannon. Brannon, one of the starters, turnaround jumper good for Wade Brannon. He's into double digits, the first Vandal into double digits with 11. 35 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Each team with 4 fouls. 57-31 is our score. Lions on top. Johnny Miller throws it up top. Now Adams. Bounce pass to Jaden Wilson. 18 seconds on the clock. Zach Snow. Snow to Johnny Miller. Brings it back to Jaden Wilson. 10 seconds remaining here in the quarter. And the Vandals steal it the other way. The layup is good from Quentin Stombaugh. Stombaugh, one of the starters for the Vandals, picks up his first field goal, and that ends the third quarter. It is 57-33 as we are heading to the fourth quarter here from Vandalia. Your Lions in control, 57-33 on News Radio WJPF.
SIU Credit Union now offers interest with their free checking with e-statements accounts. Sign up for free checking and start earning a dividend on balances over $1,000. Open with just $25 and there's no monthly fees when you sign up for e-statements. Get access to over 85,000 free ATMs nationwide and free online banking and valuable SIU CU rewards. To start earning, apply online at siucu.org. Membership required, insured by NCUA.
The Bank of Heron has been serving Southern Illinois since 1937, offering everything from checking and savings accounts to loans and a full-service trust department. With convenient locations and a dedicated professional staff, our outreach and involvement in the communities we serve plays an integral role in how we do business, proving it's not just a bank, it's a relationship. The Bank of Heron. Find out more at bankofheron.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Campbell Brothers Garage and Towing since 1975. A full-service garage and towing. If you need a tow, maybe you lock your keys in your car, you can call Campbell Brothers at 618-942-4875. As we play here in the fourth quarter, Lions in control, 57-33. Vandals missed the jumper from the left wing. Stombaugh shot no good. Carterville gets the rebound. Carterville back in action coming up on Tuesday night, weather permitting. There is snow. That is in the forecast for Tuesday. Now, that is a non-conference game with the Pinckneyville Panthers at home. This is a game that was rescheduled from the July snow, or the January snow, and we may have to deal with snow again. Now, the fact that it's non-conference and this is the final week, I don't know that it would be made up. If that were to get canceled, we'll have to wait and see. But as you heard mentioned earlier, we've already had a girls' sectional game as Sacken gets fouled. Maybe Parker Poole that picks up the foul. And it is going to be on Poole. It's going to be the first on Parker. See if I can get back to my post from Darren Kennard. The girls' regional, Heron High School, the 3A girls basketball regional games that were scheduled for Tuesday have been moved up to Monday because of the anticipated weather coming in on Tuesday. Game times are still the same, 6 and 7:30. That's 3A regional taking place at Heron, as the free throw was good for the Vandals. Carterville's ball, they turn it over. The other way, the putback on the runner from Lucas Bowers is good. 6 from Bowers. 57-37, 20-point lead. About a minute, 15 gone here in the fourth. The runner with the right hand. Putback from Parker Poole is no good, as Carterville has their starters on the floor here in the fourth quarter. 3, right wing, buried out there from Carter Robbins. And a little run here by the Vandals to start the fourth quarter. Carterville led it by 21 at the break at halftime. 57-33, jumper, no good from Logan Engel. Goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Vandals basketball. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville, offering programs for infant to school-age children, as well as pre-K and Head Start. It's the best care anywhere. Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville. 6 minutes remaining here in the ball game. On the road at Vandalia this afternoon. 57-40, 17-point lead for the Lions. They were up at one point by 30 points. Runner, or Sacken, hands it off. Brannon launches the 3. Was too strong, and Logan Engel gets the rebound for Carterville. They need a couple of buckets here, as Engel gets it to Hawkins. Colton out toward the logo. 5:35 remaining in the game. Colton crosses over. Top of the key 3. High off the rim, no good. Parker Poole, the putback is good for Parker. 6 in the game for Parker. 59-40. Back to a 19-point lead. Sacken launches the 3. No good, but the putback was good from Lucas Bowers. Bowers with 8. And the ball out of bounds. Last touched by the Lions. So it's going to be Vandals ball. Checking out of the game is going to be Quentin Stombaugh. Back into the game now is Carter Robbins. Brannon dishes it off to Casey. Casey back to Brannon. Bounce pass to Casey, down toward the block. He couldn't handle the pass. Turnover, brings it back the other way for the Lions. Gully to Hawkins, to Engel. Open 3, off the side of the backboard, right back to Logan Engel. And since it hit the side of the backboard, it is going to go to the Vandals. 17-point lead here. Still time for the Vandals at home. Small crowd here. Love this gym. Second time I think we've done a game here from Vandalia. Turnaround jumper, too strong. The long rebound tipped out and saved by Sacken. Keeps it with the Vandals. Brannon, 3, buries it. 14 now for Wade Brannon. Shane Hawkins stands in front of his bench with his arms crossed. He needs a timeout. He wants to talk to his Lions as the Vandals have cut this down to a 14-point lead. They were down 30 at one point. It's going to be a full timeout. 59-45. The Vandals are making a run on the Lions here on News Radio WJPF.
Central Hospital for Animals in Marion, Heron, Carbondale, and Harrisburg has been taking care of your furry family members for over 40 years. Sure, they do wellness visits and routine vaccinations, but you might not know about everything they offer, like orthopedic surgery for pets with hip or knee injuries and laser therapy to reduce inflammation, pain, or promote wound healing. Noticing that your pet stopped jumping? Maybe they've just slowed down in general. Central Hospital for Animals offers chiropractic services too. Online at centralvet.net. Rise Performance in downtown Carterville is one of Southern Illinois' best fitness facilities, offering something for the whole family. Members enjoy 24/7 access with 9,000 square feet of equipment. They offer group classes, women's only classes, youth strength and conditioning, personal training, sports medicine, and massage therapy. Looking for a great variety of cardio equipment? Look no further than Rise Performance. They even have a separate room for free weights. Rise Performance on Division Street, Carterville.
Back here at Vandalia, 59-45. 4:05 remaining here in the game, and Coach Shane Hawkins needed to have a come-to-Jesus meeting with his Lions here as they had a 30-point lead here in the second half, and the Vandals have cut it down to a 14-point lead. 59-45, Lions with the basketball. Colton Hawkins out here on the left wing, drives it into the paint. Tries to get the shot up, does, off balance and good for Colton Hawkins. 17. Colton, the leading scorer for the Lions, his first field goal here in the fourth quarter. 3, buried from the top of the key from Andrew Casey. His third three-pointer. He's setting on 12 points. 14 from Wade Brannon. Lions turn it over. The outlet pass and the runner from Quentin Stombaugh. And Coach Hawkins talked about in the pregame show how these Vandals can score points in a hurry as they have cut the lead down to 11 now. It's 61-50, 3 minutes remaining. Lions were in firm control with this game at the half, leading it by 21. They jumped out in the early part of the third, took that 30-point lead. But Vandals have cut it back to an 11-point lead, under 3 to play here on the Vandals' home floor. Parker Poole just holds, bounces it now to Hawkins. Colton feeds Logan Engel, who fed Poole, right back to Engel. Engel trying to step through, got fouled, and Logan has free throws coming as the foul is going to be on Wade. It's going to be the third on Wade Brannon. Each team with one team foul, so Engel's not shooting free throws. Lions trigger in. Engel has it now, top of the key. Now to Caden Wilson, steps through 2 as Vandals are starting to press. They need to force some more turnovers. Lions have them chasing all over the front court. Pass over to Caden Wilson. He dribbles it back up top. They're trying to get the trap. Good ball movement by the Lions. Jaden Wilson gets fouled. And that is going to be team foul number 2. It's going to be Andrew Casey that picks up his second. So with 2:06 remaining, Lions have the 11-point lead. Trying to run some clock here. They get it to Logan Engel. Now it's top of the key to Wilson. Wilson crosses over, feeds it to the free throw line. That is Hawkins. Ball tip. Jaden gets it, saves it. Ball on the floor, and a reach-in foul going to be called on Wade Brannon. That's going to be the 4th, and you hear the fans here from Vandalia not happy with the call. They're talking to the officiating crew here at Vandalia. 61-50, under 2 to play. Minute 47 to be exact. Here comes Maddox Gully to Logan Engel. Logan to Jaden Wilson. Wilson top of the key. Pulls up the dribble, and he was fouled. It's going to be a reach-in on Quentin Stombaugh. First on Stombaugh. Minute 38 remaining. Lions trying to win their 6th in a row. So Hawkins gets it to Jaden Wilson. His pass to Gully. Gully gets fouled on the reach around by Stombaugh, his second. Coming up, we're going to have our Riggins Village and Burke Funeral Home postgame show. We'll recap the scoring here. Shane Hawkins will join us for John A. Logan College coaches interview. And the free throw no good from Maddox Gully. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Stephen Rich's Barber Styling for men, women, and children, offering cuts, styling, and perming. Walk-ins are welcome. South Division Street in Carterville. Stephen Rich's Barber Styling as Gully hits the second. 9 in the game for Maddox. Doubled up his average here this afternoon. 62-50, 12-point lead with 1:20 remaining for the Lions. Driving in, shot no good, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Caden Wilson. Caden just picked up his second foul. And in the act of shooting, it's going to be Quentin Stombaugh, who has 2 free throws coming to him here with the clock stopped. 1:21 remaining. Lions trying to win their 6th in a row and pick up their 16th win of the season. On this streak that they're on right now, they were 2 games below 500 when it started as Stombaugh hits the first free throw. Lions enter the game 15-12. Vandals 12-16 on the season. And the second is good from Stombaugh. Carterville gets it in. Into the front court. And a foul called. It's going to be Casey that picks up his third. Free throw from Caden Wilson. He misses the first one. So Caden at the line now. Second free throw on the way. It's good for Caden. Kind of a quiet afternoon for Caden Wilson. 7 points for the junior. 65 seconds remaining. Lions up 11. Sacken puts the shot up. He got bumped before the shot. It's going to be out of bounds, belong to the Vandals. Again, Carterville going to be home against Pinckneyville as of right now, depending on what the weather does Tuesday. We'll wait and see. And then one more game after that, as the Lions are going to wrap up the regular season. They're going to head to Murfreesboro coming up next Friday night. That's a big conference game for the Lions at Murfreesboro. Could have some say in the championship on the Ohio side of the division. Lob pass down underneath, and a foul is going to be called on Caden Wilson, his third. Just pay attention to your social media Tuesday, whether that game with Pinckneyville will take place. And don't forget the Lions, the number 4 seed, are going to be playing in the regionals. They are going to be taking on the winner of El Dorado, Hamilton County. They're going to play on Monday the 24th. And then the Lions will play the winner of that game coming up on Wednesday, February 26th. That'll be a 7:30 tip-off. And turnover gives it right back to Carterville. Here's Carterville trying to run out the clock with 45 seconds. They work the ball around the perimeter. Wilson to Gully. Gully dribbles through, got fouled. And that may be on Sacken. It's going to be the second on Isaac Sacken. So Maddox Gully trying to get to double digits here. Can do so with a made free throw. If he can make the front end of this, make the first free throw. And he does. How about that? Maddox Gully, double-digit 10. Still another free throw to come. He's been averaging about 4.6 a game. Logan Engel comes in, gets Parker Poole. Parker finishes the game today with 6 points this afternoon. Second is good from Gully, 11 from Maddox. Outstanding game for Maddox. 35 seconds remaining here at Vandalia. Jumper from Sacken as he got fouled. And that is going to be on Maddox Gully. It's going to be the first foul on Maddox. So now at the line, the senior, Sacken, hits that first free throw. Just 33 seconds remaining here in the game. Second for the 5'7" senior. Off the front of the iron, Caden Wilson gets the rebound. Vandals are still going to press in the backcourt, and a reach-in called by Andrew Casey, his fourth. And so no Colton Hawkins going to be shooting free throws. Colton, the leading scorer here this afternoon, 17 points, trying to add to that total. Shakes off the left hand, closes the eyes, takes a deep breath, 2 dribbles of the ball. Free throw in the air, and it's short. So subs coming in. Brannon checks back in. Also, Carter Robbins comes back in. Wade Brannon, Carter Robbins for Coach Joe Vanzo. Second from Hawkins. He's got the touch on that one. 18 for Colton. Sacken got free, the left-hand layup as he drove the length of the floor. Double digits for Sacken. 17 seconds remaining, 11-point lead. Maddox Gully is fouled. Maddox comes back the other way to the free throw line. Sacken picks up his third. So Maddox Gully, 12 here this afternoon. JV won in impressive fashion, a 24-point win, 49-25. Gully, he's got 7 points from the stripe here this afternoon. 3, left wing, bank shot is good from Quentin Stombaugh. Stombaugh with 9, timeout with 7 seconds left. 10-point lead, we're going to keep it here at Vandalia. And again, this Lions broadcast is brought to you by Campbell Brothers Garage and Towing, serving Southern Illinois for 50 years. Full-service garage with new computerized 4-wheel alignment machine. If you need a tow, call 618-942-4875 for Campbell Brothers Garage and Towing. So we're down to the final 2 games of the regular season coming up this next week. It's hard to believe how fast this year has gone. It just literally seems like it was a month ago. We were starting play over at Trico, the Invitational there. Then it doesn't seem like it was but about 3 weeks ago we were at El Dorado for the Christmas holiday. But look at us here. It's the 15th day of February, and there's only 1 week of the regular season left. Of course, girls regional starts. Some games were played today. Some of the first-round games were played today. So just a couple of games remaining for Carterville. And again, pay attention to what's going on Tuesday. Of course, we're dealing with the rain here today, but we're going to see some snow come in tonight, but even more Tuesday. And that may have an impact on high school games that are scheduled for Tuesday night. So 7.9 seconds remaining. Carterville trying to get it in. They lob it in to Colton Hawkins. Hawkins trapped back toward the corner, just holds it, covers up, and that's going to be the ball game. Carterville gets the win here this afternoon, 68-58. Here from Carterville High School. They have won 6 games in a row, improving to 16-12 on the season. The Vandals are now 12-17 on the season. Lions win it 68-58. Our Riggins, Pillage, and Burt Funeral Home post-game report comes up next on News Radio WJPF.
At the Bank of Heron, we know the recipe for success.
Can you go 90 here, please?
So we've taken services like mobile banking and teen debit accounts, added in helpful employees and a full trust department, and topped it off with a commitment of service to our communities. Put it all together, and it's clear why the Bank of Heron is a leader in the communities we serve. Community strong, the Bank of Heron, it's not just a bank, it's a relationship. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
John A. Logan College is proud to support area high schools in the classroom and on the playing field. John A. Logan offers high school students the opportunity to earn college credit while in high school. Students can get a jump start on their college careers while saving money. After high school, students can easily transition to one of the college's career and technical education programs or a traditional baccalaureate transfer program. No matter your path, you'll know why everyone says, why would you go anywhere else? Good luck this season and visit jalc.edu.
Don't let the name fool you. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702 represents more than just electricians. The IBEW is made up of Southern Illinois linemen, tree trimmers, telephone workers, utility workers, city employees, factory workers, construction workers, and many more. So when you support the IBEW, you're really supporting Southern Illinois. Help make Southern Illinois a brighter place. Put your trust in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
Welcome back to Vandalia High School. Dave McKenzie here on your Saturday evening as the Carterville Lions get the win here on the road from Vandalia. 68-58, the final score here this afternoon as the Lions are heading to the locker room after the win. Coach Shane Hawkins meets them, gives them all a high five as they head in there. But I'm sure there's going to be some things he wants to talk about because the Lions had a 30-point lead early in that third quarter here this afternoon. So they get the 10-point win, 68-58. And nonetheless, they have won 6 games in a row and are now at 16-12 on the season. Let's look at the scoring. We'll start first for the Vandals, coached by Coach Joe Vanzo, led by the 14 this afternoon from Wade Brannon, 10 points from Isaac Sacken, 12 points from Andrew Casey, 9 on the afternoon from Quentin Stombaugh, and then 8 for Lucas Bowers to account for the 58 points scored by the Vandals. They came into the game averaging 57, so they're right at their season average. Carterville, who came into the game averaging 50.6 a game, they wind up hanging 68 here this afternoon, and they were led by the 18 points from Colton Hawkins. Also in double digits this afternoon, good game for Maddox Gully as he finishes with 13. Looking at others in the scorebook this afternoon, 9 from Zach Snow, 6 from Parker Poole, 6 from Logan Ingle, 7 points from Caden Wilson, 6 from Amarion Adams, and then 3 points from Jaden Wilson. But the Lions led this afternoon by Colton Hawkins, who finishes with the game high 18 points to lead all scores here this afternoon. Lions led at 18-11 at the end of the first. They were up by 21 at halftime, 41-20. And as I said, they pushed that lead out to 30 early in the third quarter. And then the Vandals started chipping away. They still trailed by 24 at the end of the third, but they wind up cutting it down to a 10-point finale here in the fourth quarter. Lions walk away 68-58 this afternoon on the road at Vandalia. Here on our Riggin, Pillage, and Burke Funeral Home, we're going to go on and take another break. When we come back, we'll continue on our post-game show here on News Radio WJPF, back in 60.
Cold weather has arrived, and yeah, it's going to get colder, and your heating system just quit. Last week, your car needed repairs. Life doesn't always go as planned. At Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in Carterville, they understand. That's why at Charlie's, they won't sell you something you don't need. They diagnose the problem and tell you exactly what's needed. No gimmicks, whether it's a fix or a whole new unit. And as your local York dealer, you can trust Charlie's for top-quality York products. Call or visit charliesairandheat.com. Your local York dealer, committed to keeping you comfortable no matter what the temperature is.
Bank with people you know, who know and love Southern Illinois. First Southern Bank is a community bank that cares for and gives back to the communities we serve. Locally owned, local people, local decisions, and locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
Lions pick up a 10-point win here on the road at Vandalia this afternoon. 68-58 is the final score, improving now to 16-12 on the season. Outstanding game from Colton Hawkins, and especially in that second quarter, as he wound up with 8 points in that second quarter, and 6 of the 8 came on some outstanding drives as he was taking it right to the hole and was able to finish and kind of pace the Lions and got them out to that 21-point halftime lead. And Lions, who at one point were up 30, wind up winning by 10 here this afternoon, 68-50. Let's look at some other scores from around the region and just some updated information that we had as well again today. Congratulations to Kyrie Slukins, who is the all-time leading scorer in Heron High School history, as he winds up picking up the all-time leading scorer from Heron this afternoon. Congratulations to Kyrie Slukins. Coach Shane Hawkins joins us here on our post-game show after the Lions get the win 68-58 on the road at Vandalia. Thank you that the week is done, Coach Shane Hawkins.
Should have been done about 15 minutes ago.
I agree, and I knew exactly where you were going to go with this. First 3 quarters for the Lions, outstanding.
Yeah, up until the last 2 minutes of the third quarter, and we had it to 31. I think I subbed the last couple guys out when it was 28, hoping we could maybe it's 26 if we go, and then we could get it right back to 30 to start the fourth and the game's over.
Yep.
And that would have been a great way to finish off the week. Kick back that last fourth quarter and kind of hang out and it be over with. And we lost our focus. We weren't very mature. We weren't very smart about how we played for those last 10 minutes. And, our whole thing is it's got to be about the process, not the results. The results, we got the win, but this should have been a 30-point game or a 25-point win. And we couldn't stay focused long enough to get that job done. Again, at the end of the day, you had a 3-win week, or a 3-win week. You had a 3-win week last week. So we'll take that. But man, when you end it like that, and you had a chance to make that bus ride a lot more fun on the way home. Anytime you can go into someone else's house and kind of steal their pride, that's what it's about. That's when you've done your job. And we didn't do that tonight. We had a chance. We were really good last night.
Closing out.
We finished it off last night, but we couldn't finish it off tonight. And then, once the ball started rolling in their favor there late, we could never get it stopped.
And you said in the pregame that they can score a bunch of points in a hurry,
really fast. And we let a couple times where they went 84 feet and got a layup. One time we didn't get the ball stopped, and then we helped off of a corner shooter, which threes at that twos don't hurt us at that time. We can't let them go bang back-to-back threes. Layups don't hurt us, and we made the wrong read. We get the ball stopped, they kick it for 3, and now they get a little bit more momentum. And it's just it's that IQ stuff that we have to get better at to finish off that game the right way.
Well, it's a learning experience. I mean, if you're going to learn that, now's the time to do it.
Better now than in 2 weeks.
Exactly. Hey, good game today. Colton was outstanding, especially that third quarter. He got some looks in the paint where he was able to get to the glass and get some buckets, but also in double digits today. A pretty nice game from Maddox Gully here this afternoon.
He made the right read for the most part. He had a couple bad turnovers. That's the part that I'm on him for. But he got back tipped a couple times, and learn from it once, but don't let him do it the second time. But when he was able to get it past it, he was able to get in the paint, and for the most part, he made the right reads. And again, K-Dub and Colton have to do a lot for us. Those other guys just don't hurt us. Make open shots, make free throws, but you don't have to be extraordinary. And get into the paint and go make your 6 and 8 foot jumpers. Take care of the basketball, make your free throws at the end, and you've done your job. And I thought for the most part he was really good at that tonight.
Coach, you got a 6-game winning streak. Got a couple of days off now. You can kind of rest. Next game is a non-conference game against the Pinckneyville Panthers. This is what was rescheduled from the snow, and I don't know that you know this or not, but because of the anticipated forecast for Tuesday, Heron has moved up the girls' regionals to Monday night. So, I mean, that's kind of what we're looking at for Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't know that it's a non-conference game. I mean, if we can play it Tuesday, to me, that's fine. Moving up to Monday for me is not ideal.
I agree.
You're this late in the season, and I don't know that we need to go play 3 games in 4 days.
Right.
Plays on Tuesday, and again, that's not going to be my decision anyway.
Right.
But it's February. You're always going to deal with it. You're always going to deal with weather, and a lot of that stuff's out of your control. And we'll get it played or we won't, whatever it is. You got 1 week left of regular season. We've won 6 in a row. We're playing our best basketball, and I think we're playing it at the right time.
Coach, congratulations. Got the win on the road today, buddy.
We'll take it. Those road wins are the best.
Yep, absolutely.
You get road wins.
68-58, the final score here from Vandalia this afternoon. Talk about, real quick, I mentioned in the pregame, your Karen, your wife, grew up here and went to school here. Dad was a teacher here.
Yeah, she's a Vandal.
She's a Vandal.
Her dad was a longtime teacher here, and that's why we scheduled this game. We come up here in the summer and play. They have a really good shootout in the summer. Couple 2-day events, and we've come up here since I've been. While I was at Trico, we came up here, and then once I got to Carterville, we came up here, and it's a 2-day event, and get to spend time in a hotel and just kind of hang out with the guys, and we get to see her family and her friends. She's still got a lot of friends here associated with the school, and so we've done that, and then. I don't know that I think Connor was gone, but we had an opening in the schedule, and we were able to get something with Vandalia, so at least Caden and Colton would be able to play up here at least once.
So you have to think
in front of her dad.
I feel so much better here because I have to think of what your stinking boys' names are every time because I'll call them the wrong name.
Yeah. I still call them the wrong name, and they just look at me like I'm dumb, and we go on with life. I mean, I expect it. They expect it. Everybody just kind of moves on.
Yeah, if you ever hear me calling, and I'll call them all. Connor's I think he's got 10 points this season, and he's been out for 5 years. So.
Yeah. So, and that's why we did it. I know it's kind of a long trip, and but that's why I did it. It was one of those. Since I helped make the schedule, I can kind of manipulate a little bit, and it was one of those that it's worth the trip. And I get tired of playing the same teams all the time. This is somebody we don't ever see.
And it's something different. I mean, this is an up-tempo team.
Yes, and we've had really good games. And we tapped them a couple of years ago. The year we played them at the junior high at our place. Mm-hmm. But other than that, we come up here one year, and I think it was double overtime.
Yep.
So we've had some pretty good games over the last 5 or 6 years, and I think they've decided to go in a different direction. So I don't know that we'll play them again next year. So we'll be on the lookout for a game this weekend. On this Saturday for next year, but we'll deal with that later.
Congratulations.
We'll take it.
68-58, the final score here from Vandalia. The Lions have won 6 in a row. They are now 16-12 on the season. Next broadcast hopefully coming up on Tuesday night, but as we said, be paying attention to your social media, and we'll let you know what will happen weather-wise. Thanks to Gannon Dollins back at the studio. I'm Dave McKenzie. John Holman had the day off as he's covering other stuff down home, and we're going to go on and make that trip home this evening. Hope you stay safe, and thank you for tuning in to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. God bless everybody.
This has been
Thanks,
a
bud.
broadcast of Carterville Lions Athletics. This
We'll talk to you later.
Was brought to you in part by
All righty.
Air Conditioning and Heating. Stephen Rich.
Shoot.